नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते राधानाथ स्वामिनिति नामिनी। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिनी। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात्य देशतारिणी। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुर्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च। श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पदे गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसूते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ईश्वर परम कृष्ण सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिरादिर गोविंद सर्व कारण कारणम। Hare Krishna. By the causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita, the most confidential knowledge. It is Raja Guhyam. So by Krishna's mercy only we are able to study, and also it is because of our faith on this Bhagavad Gita. Both are needed. Krishna is actually very merciful to everyone equally. Samoham sarvabhutesu. Very clearly Krishna said. Samoham sarvabhutesu. Name dveshyo asti na priya. I envy no one, nor am I partial to anyone. Samoham sarvabhutesu. Name dveshyo asti na priya. Ye bhajanti tu mam patya mayi te tesu chapyaham. But at the same time, I am equal to everyone. I envy no one, nor am I partial to anyone. But at the same time, if anyone worships me, anyone renders devotional service unto me with devotion, ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya mayi te teshu, they are in me. Chapi aham, I am also in them. So that's what Krishna is teaching us. So that means Krishna is equally merciful to everyone. But if we have faith on Krishna, if we take shelter unto this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, then we will be able to receive Krishna's mercy. That's what I have mentioned many times in the past. We are all right now receiving Krishna's mercy because we have faith on Krishna. And we have tasted Krishna consciousness. That's very important. Because this taste of Krishna consciousness, it is a superior taste. It is a higher taste. The higher taste is a transcendental enjoyment compared to material sense enjoyment. The enjoyment what we are experiencing now with this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita is completely transcendental, because at this point of time, our thoughts are only focused on Krishna, not on sense objects. So that's why this is the transcendental enjoyment. This is not called material sense enjoyment when we are able to experience the bliss, when we are studying Bhagavad Gita. So this is called Atma Sukham. This is called like we are able to enjoy within ourselves. not in contact with any material sense objects. It's only thinking about Krishna, only focusing on Krishna. So this enjoyment, this happiness, we can enjoy unlimitedly without any limit. Unlimitedly. That's what unlimited. Sukham akshayam ashnute. So we will be able to enjoy unlimited happiness. Bhagyasparsesu asattatma vindati atmani yat sukham sa brahma yoga yuktatma sukham akshayam asnute. So when we are not attached to external sense enjoyment, that's what Bahya means, external. Sparsesu, sense enjoyment. Asaktatma, when we are not attached. When we are not attached to the external sense enjoyment, means material sense enjoyment. And if we are able to enjoy within ourselves, vindati atmani yat sukham. That's what we are doing right now, studying Bhagavad Gita, remembering Krishna, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And we are fully connected with Krishna. So that way, this happiness, this superior enjoyment, so this we can experience without any limit. So, sa Brahma Yoga Yuktatma, so he is engaged in the Brahma Yoga and Sukham Akshayam Ashnuda. He can enjoy unlimited happiness. So that's what is happening. So with this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, our life is becoming like that way only. All our priorities now only to serve Krishna only. Now we don't have any other material preferences. Everything is only centered towards Krishna. Krishna is at the center and we are attracted by Krishna and we want to please our Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, with this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. That means by following his instructions. So that's what we are studying and understanding this Bhagavad Gita very well. So we are becoming Panditas by getting this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. And when we apply this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we will be able to see only souls everywhere. Krishna has used the word Pandita when he told Arjuna that you are worrying for no reason. A Pandita does not lament neither for the living nor for the dead. A Pandita laments neither for the living nor for the dead. So that's the main thing. So that way we have to be able to experience the soul. We are the soul. We should be able to see everywhere, in every body, only the soul, not the body, only the soul. Because this body is made up of matter only. So this body is changing only. So we should be able to see the soul. Because this body is completely, it's changing. We are studying. That's what in the second chapter we studied very well, that this body is completely, it's changing and it will be completely destroyed. It's only all kinds of different bonds or molecular level. If you go into the biomolecules, molecular level inside our body, it's all bonds. That's it. They're all the molecules, atoms, they themselves are bound. So different types of bonds. Phosphodiester bond in the DNA and everything. And also we have got peptide bond in the amino acids, like proteins, basically the proteins. So there are all different bonds only. Everything is, once that bond breaks, that's it. So that's why our body is very temperature sensitive. When we have fever, the temperature, it cannot go beyond certain limit. If it goes above 105 degree F, we can't even handle it. Because the problem is that all the proteins in our body also, they will break actually. So that's what will happen. So then our system is not going to work. So we need to understand all these things. So that way we have limits with which we can work. So that's what we need to understand. We cannot with that very high temperature we cannot handle. Similarly, very low temperature also we cannot handle. Everything will freeze. So either everything will break, melt, or called denaturization. So that's what will happen. Denaturation. Denaturation. That's what will happen with the proteins if it becomes really very, very hot. So similarly, if it becomes very cold, then everything freezes. So imagine if our blood freezes, then how can we actually survive? So still we are able to withstand some extreme conditions within this earth, but still there is limit to that. That's what we need to understand. So that way our body is just matter. That's what we need to understand. So it can only survive within certain atmospheric conditions. Then only we can survive. And there too, that survival also is not for very long time. Then also we will go through this birth, old age, disease, and death. All such things are happening to the body. But even when the body is very young and energetic also, if it experiences any adverse atmospheric conditions, so it cannot handle, it will die. So that's what we need to understand. This body will stop functioning. When the fact is like that, idiotically, without having any knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we think that we are great and we can do anything we want. And our life is, we think that it's going to be permanent only. We talk like that. We means not we. We are devotees studying Bhagavad Gita. We understand everything. And we know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We know that Krishna is taking care of everything. So, but materialistic people who has got so much of ahankara, false ego, they think like that. The demons, basically the demons, they will think like that only. They say that there is no God in control, like we studied in the 16th chapter, Krishna in the divine and demoniac nature. So there Krishna is explaining about the demons. The demons say that this world is not real, asatyam, apratishtam, there is no foundation, jagat agu, anishwaram. So this world, there is no God in control. So that's why asatyam apratishtam te jagat agu, anishwaram, aparaspara sambhutam kimanyatu kamahaitukam. So there is no cause, it just appeared on its own. So everything is by chance. That is a stupid way to use how this world has come. So the so-called modern scientists, they use the word, this is all by chance. That is not by chance. This is by design. It is by Krishna's design and Krishna's will. When Krishna wants to create this universe, everything is happening. That's what we need to understand. So that way, we need to understand very well from Bhagavad Gita that we should not have that kind of ahankara, that kind of false ego. We should not think that we are great, we can do everything. We are able to do everything, we are able to do all these things because it's all Krishna's mercy. He's giving us the energy to do. That's what we need to understand. Krishna is the source of light in the sun and the moon. Krishna is saying that Sasi Suryayo. So Krishna is Prabhasmi Sasi Suryayo. So that's what Krishna is saying. That. So he's the light from the sun and the moon. So that's how we are getting the energy. So that way, of course, we know that the moon gets the light from the sun and gives to us. So, but Krishna is the source of energy. That's what we need to understand. And Krishna is doing everything. So because of that, we are able to survive. We are able to live. Even though our life is temporary, even in this temporary life, we are able to lead a life. We are able to do everything. It's all because of Krishna's causeless mercy. So that way, in this kind of conditions, it's very rare to find a place like Earth where we are able to survive. So survive means we are able to live for the specified duration of our life. So that's what is survival. But during this time, we need to fully utilize to actually go to Goloka. That's what is very important. We need to have the knowledge. If we don't have the knowledge, if we are fools in front of Krishna, like Mudas, then what Krishna can do? How Krishna can help us? If we decide, if we choose to be fools, then what Krishna can do? Krishna is telling very clearly that these are my scriptural injunctions. If you follow this with faith, without envy, then you will come to me. So, Teme matam idam nityam anutistanti manavaga shabdavanto anasuyanto muchyante tepi karmabhi. So if you follow this very, very sincerely, so then with faith, without envy, so you will come to me. But etvetat abhyasuyanto nanu tistanti me matam sarvajnana vimudatma viddinashtan achetasam. But out of envy, enviousness, due to envy, if you don't follow my instructions carefully, so then you will you will lose everything. So sarvajnana vimudatma. Then viddinashtan achetasam. So you will be losing everything. You will not have any knowledge. We will be vimudatma. Sarvajnana vimudatma means fools. That's it. So we don't want to be fools. So we don't want to be not having intelligence. We should have intelligence. That's what is very important. So that all we can get by studying this Bhagavad Gita, by getting this knowledge and focusing on what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita and following Krishna's instructions very carefully and believing in Krishna, remembering Krishna, chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, offering prasadam to Krishna, and our life should be every time, all the time, every moment, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. So then we will forget about everything in this material world. That's the way to go to Goloka, and we should use this life only for that reason. This is a very, very rare opportunity. This birth itself is very, very rare, and getting a human body is extremely rare. And because we got everything to go to Goloka, Krishna's will. But if you don't use it, if you lose it, then we are simply fools. Not only fools, we are going to suffer here forever. So this suffering is going to continue life after life, janma mrityu, jara vyadi, birth, old age, disease, death. And we will always be controlled by the modes of nature. If we always remember Krishna, then we will never be controlled by the modes of nature. That's what we need to understand. So, but if you forget Krishna, so then we are always controlled by the modes of nature. So, if we always remember Krishna, then we are never controlled by the modes of nature. If we forget Krishna, then we are always controlled by the modes of nature. So, that way, we got the knowledge of this Bhagavad Gita. We are getting and we are studying. Now is the time for us to apply this knowledge in our life. There are a lot of opportunities, a lot. If you want to please Krishna, if you want to serve Krishna, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna is very happy to give us all kinds of opportunities so that we can please Him, we can serve Him. That's what we are all getting. We are all getting, we are all very committed. Every day we are studying, every day we are understanding Bhagavad Gita, we are making progress. We are studying all the slokas again and again. That's a very important feature of our Bhagavad Gita lecture every day, Bhagavad Gita class every day. So that way, we are listening to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, every day again and again. That's what is very important. So this is the only way we can interact with Krishna. This is the only way Krishna can speak to us. Krishna is giving us the instructions only through this Bhagavad Gita. So that's what we need to know. So whatever we need, Krishna is given in this Bhagavad Gita. If we understand this Bhagavad Gita fully, then we don't need anything else. Then we'll be freed from the karma bandha, janma bandha, everything. So we will be able to perform, act with intelligence without any expectation on the results. That means without having any attachment to the results. So then we will become a sannyasi, we will become a yogi. So because by renouncing everything, renouncing all the attachments to the results of activities, so not renouncing the results, but by using the results in Krishna's service, but renouncing the attachments to the results. So we will become more and more Krishna conscious, and we will be continuously connected with Krishna, and we can enjoy Krishna consciousness and serve Krishna. And that is the way we need to live. So there should be the way of our life. So that way, this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita is the king of knowledge. So everything we understand very well, beyond doubt, and all the ignorance which is born of doubt, everything, all the doubts which are born of ignorance, they all will get completely dispelled. Ajnana sambodham, ajnana sammohaka, ajnana sammohaka. So the sammoha, the confusion, the illusion, the doubts, everything which are born due to ignorance, everything will be destroyed. So because with this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, such a very important miracle is happening in our life. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we are successfully studying. And in the second chapter, we finished 29 slokas actually. So from the sloka number 11 to 29, Krishna has taught us very clearly, very nicely that we are not the body, we are the soul. Never was there a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor all these things, nor in the future shall any of us cease to exist. Natvevagam jatunasam natvam neme janadipa na chaiva na bhavishyamaga sarve vayam ataka. That's what Krishna taught us very clearly. And deginosmin yatha dege kaumaram yavvanam jara tatha degantara praptir dhirastatranam. So as the embodied soul continuously passes from boyhood to youth, youth to old age, similarly at the time of death, it passes into another body. Like that, many slokas. Krishna is teaching that we are not the body, we are the soul. Avinasitu tadvidhi yena sarvam vidam tatam. Vinasam abhyayasya nakasitu kartum arvasi. So the soul can never be destroyed. So like that, yenam veti hantaram yaschainam anyate katam. Ubhautav na vijanito. Nayam hanti nahanyade. Like that, a lot and lot. We studied so much about the soul, that we are not the body, we are the soul. Krishna is teaching very, very clearly the properties of the soul, the law of conservation of the soul, and the physical and chemical or whatever the properties of the soul, and the law of birth and death. Jatasya dhruvo mrityu, dhruvam janma mrittasya tasmat apariharyate natvam sochitum arvasi. So like that, so many Krishna, avyaktoyam, achintoyam, avikaryoyam uchadem, tasmadevam viditvainam, nanusochitam arvasi. The soul is unmanifest, it is invisible, avyaktoyam, achintoyam, it's inconceivable, avikaryoyam, it's unchangeable. So that's what we studied, everything. So avyaktoyam, then adakyoyam, akledyo asosiyevacham. So there is nainam chintanti, sastrani, nainam takati pavaka. So achedyoyam, adagyoyam, akledyo asosiyevacham. So like that, many slokas we studied. Everything about the properties of the soul, about the soul we studied. And Krishna also in the last sloka, what we studied in the yesterday, Krishna is teaching that Ascharyavat pasyati kaschitenam Ascharyavat vadati tataiva chanyaga. That was the sloka 29 we studied. And the 28th sloka what we studied is Avyaktadini bhutani vyakta madhyani bharata avyakta nidanani eva tatra ka paridevana. So the soul is avyakta in the beginning, unmanifest in the beginning, and it is manifested in the middle, and again it's unmanifest at the end. So that's what avyaktadini bhutani vyakta madhyani bharata avyakta nidanani eva. Then what is the need for you to worry? Tatra ka paridevana. So that also we studied. So like that, all created beings are unmanifest in their beginning, manifest in their interim state, and unmanifest again when annihilated. So what need is there for lamentation? That's what Krishna is asking. Then in this sloka 29 sloka we studied yesterday, Ascharyavat pasyati kaschitenam Ascharyavat vadati tataiva chanyaha Ascharyavat anyaka shunoti shutva-pyenam vedana chaiva kaschit. So someone look at the soul as amazing, some describe the soul as amazing, some hear about the soul as amazing, and some even after hearing they don't understand at all. So that's what Krishna is saying, that some look on the soul as amazing, some describe him as amazing, and some hear of him as amazing, while others even after hearing about him cannot understand him at all. So then in the next sloka what we are going to study today, this is the 30th sloka. With this Krishna is completing this Sankhya Yoga, basically these 20 slokas, from the 11th to 30th slokas, these 20 slokas, Krishna is explaining that we are not the body, we are the soul. So here, Dehi Nityam Avadyoyam Dehe Sarvashya Bharata Tasmat Sarvani Bhutani Natvam Sochitum Argasi. Again, Earlier, Nainam Sochitam Argasi, Nanu Sochitam Argasi, like that, Krishna said many times. Now also he is saying that Natvam Sochitum Argasi, there is no need for you to lament, because this Degi is Nityam. Degi means the embodied, the soul. The soul is Nityam, it is permanent, it's eternal, and it cannot be destroyed. Avadyoyam, it cannot be killed. So, same point Krishna said many times in different slokas, very nicely, very clearly. Again, Krishna is saying that Degi Nityam Avadyoyam, Dege Sarvasya Bharata, which is there in this entire body. So, Antavanta ime Dega Nityasyokta Saririnaga. That's what we studied in another sloka earlier. Antavanta ime Dega. This body will come to an end. Whereas Nityasyottaga Saririnaga. Saririnaga means the one which has got the Sarira, that is the soul which has got the body, is Nitya, it's eternal. That's what here Degi Nityam. Degi Nityam Avadyoyam Dege Sarvasya Bharata. And it is there in this entire body. Again, Krishna is saying that Dege Sarvasya Bharata. It is there in this entire body. Tasmat Sarvani Bhutani Natvam Sochitum Argasi. Therefore, for all living entities, there is no need for you to worry, no need for you to lament. Tasmat Sarvani Bhutani Natvam Sochitum Argasi. That is the fact. That's what we need to understand. There is no need for us to worry about anything, about anyone, because the soul can never ever be destroyed. Only the body is destroyed. Of course, this body will get destroyed. Body will get destroyed. There is no doubt about it. We know that Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi. This is for everyone. So that is the fact. That's what we need to understand. So that's why when everything is ripe, when everything is great, so we need to make use of it. We need to make use of this human life. It's very precious. We got the opportunity now. We need to make as much progress as possible now itself. So that means there is no time to wait. There is no time to waste. So that's what is very important. Time is very important. We are using it in Krishna's service, and we'll get more and more opportunities. There is no doubt we will use it, and we will go to Golokam. O descendant of Bharata, he who dwells in the body can never be slain. Therefore, you need not grieve for any living being. That's what Krishna is saying. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully finished 30 slokas in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Now let us chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and focus our mind on the transcendental sound vibration. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swami Niti Nami. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Nami. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurmilitamena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna to all the devotees. I kindly request the devotees to use the Zoom raise hand feature to ask your questions to Guruji. Okay, Guruji, there are no questions for today. Mithun Prabhu has raised his hand.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji, how are you?
By Krishna's castless much I'm fine, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Thank you, Guruji, for the wonderful class. So, Guruji, one question. If the soul has already been there eternally, so what is the need for it to wear a body?
If the soul is eternally, if it is in Goloka, then there is no need for the body. Because we are in this Bhuloka, that's why is the problem.
Okay.
So I mean, this is not the place for us to live. We should be in Goloka. We should not have this ahankara. If we lose this ahankara, then we will go to Goloka. Then we will not have material body.
So the bodies exist only based on the loka, not.
No, this material body, yeah, where we will enjoy spiritual life in Goloka. It's completely there. The life is permanent. Whatever life we get in Goloka, it's going to be permanent. Afterwards, we will never ever die.
Okay, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
You understood, correct?
Yes, Guruji. So basically, I mean, as long as we are in any loka other than Goloka, we need to have this material body.
Then it's a problem. Exactly. Yes.
Okay, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Vishnuvardhana Rao Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. No questions, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. Rama Rama Hare Hare. Namaste Guruji.
Namaste, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna. There are no more questions. Thank you, Guruji, for today's class. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Rajiv Shyam. Hare Krishna. Are you able to unmute? I see your name. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Navin Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, no questions, Prabhuji. Wonderful class, Guruji, and it has been great journey enjoying with you towards Krishna and Goloka, Prabhuji. So that's great, Prabhuji. Thank you for your efforts. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna to everyone. Hare Krishna.
Girish Punwani Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Girish Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Krishna has said that he has taken many births, and this Gyan he has given in all the births. So, do we know what other Gyan, in what form he has given, and what birth he has taken? What was his name in those births, and what was his form?
Of course, we know that different avatars, which is already given in Srimad Bhagavatam and Puranas, what are all the avatars? Krishna took in Vishnu Purana and Srimad Bhagavatam, everywhere it is there. But in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said that he gave this knowledge to sun god Vivaswan, Vivaswan gave it to Manu, Manu gave it to Ikshvaku. So that means at that time also Krishna came here. So that's why he told Arjuna that both you and me have taken many, many births in the past. I remember all of them, but you don't know anything. So that's what he is saying that. So Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tavacha Arjuna. Tanyaham Veda Sarvani, Natvam Veda Parantapa. So that way, we don't know anything. Krishna knows everything. So about case, specifically in different incarnations we took, but in the Krishna, during the end of the Dwaparayuga, Krishna directly came. Directly he came. Ajopisan, Avyatma, Bhutanam, Iswaropisan, Prakritim, Swam, Adhistaya, Sambhavami, Atmamaya. So he just came on his own directly. Yes, bro.
Okay, so now we know that Krishna's form is in the body, and we know his picture, what is his form. But without
Yes.
his body, what is his form? I mean, is it Nirakar?
This is what is
or
form. He came here in his original form. This is what is Krishna's form.
Okay, okay.
Whatever we have right now, that's what is Krishna's form. So, Venum Kwanantam Aravinda Dalaya Taksham Bhargavatam Samashitam Puta Sundarangam Kandarpakoti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So I adore Govinda, the Supreme Lord, who is adept in playing on his flute with blooming eyes like lotus petals, and his head decked with the peacock's feather, and his unique loveliness charming the millions of cupids. That's what he's saying there.
So it means we can concentrate on the same form with what he has taken birth. So same body we should concentrate on it.
That's correct. The same form. So that's what we need to do. So the same form we need to do.
And one thing yesterday you said that now the Gita is taught in IM or other things, but I totally agree with you because they take Krishna out of that. So you don't get so much attracted to that lecture, because that is only the words. But when you are with Krishna, then it is a different inside happiness. Without him, there's no happiness. That is
Krishna
also my
many times in Bhagavad Gita says Aham, Mama, everything, Mom. So if you take Krishna out, then what is there in Bhagavad Gita?
Yes. Okay, thank you, Guruji. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare.
Rahul Prabhu, Hare Krishna. I know you asked some question in the chat. Is Prabhu Hare Krishna?
That is 16 into 108 times of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Means when to do which.
Yeah. So ideally speaking, one should go to bed early and get up early. So what is known as Brahma Muhurta time, there's 1.5 hours. There is about 90 minutes before the sunset. So that's what Brahma Muhurta starts. So during that time, if we are able to chant from during the Brahma Muhurta time, there is a very, very extreme, it's very nice. Very nice. So that means one should go to bed early. So if you want to, for example, start chanting at 4:30 or 5 a.m. in the morning, so that means you should go to bed at least by 10 o'clock, 9:30, 10 o'clock. If a person goes to bed at 1 or 2, so then there is no point in waking up in 3-4 hours sleep. Then that means we are not doing any service. We have to sleep at least 7 hours. 8 hours is excellent. So that way, if that is possible, then that is the ideal time. If that is not possible, then you need to find out the time during the day, whatever time is convenient for everyone. So you understand that, Prabhu? I think you got muted. Rahul Prabhu, Hare Krishna, you understood?
Understood, Guruji. Means in one sitting, or we can divide it?
It will take roughly close to 2 hours to do it in one sitting, but if at least you are able to do whatever you can do, if you are able to do one sitting in the morning, that is also very good. So that's also very nice. If not possible, then you can do whatever, like you can split. That's not a problem.
Okay.
It's all depending upon every individual's availability, timing, and all such things.
Okay.
At some point of time, we will do the entire chanting in our class also. Maybe during Brahma Muhurta time. We'll figure it out. Yes. At least 8 rounds we can go. You understand it, Pum? Hare Krishna. Okay. So now, Asha Singh Mataji, Hare Krishna. Satyendra Singh Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji, Pranam.
Krishna Pranam Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu, Pranam.
Wonderful lesson again, sir. And again, you are emphasizing the 3 modes of material nature.
Yes.
We have to detach ourselves from that. Only then we will have the Krishna Bhakti or Krishna Goloka. Wonderful lesson, wonderful listening and interaction with the devotees you do. It makes the thought clearer and clearer and clearer day by day. That is the progress, a small progress we are making.
Yes.
That is the thing. Thank you, Guruji, for all this. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Sunil Shivas Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu. Brinda Jai Singh Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Namaste, Guruji.
Namaste Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Thank you for the class. So, Guruji, Krishna tells Arjun that you are a soul and immovable and eternal. So how does Arjun look at his soul after he has learned? I mean, this was what gave him all the motivation to fight the battle.
All the motivation he got because he is trying to please Krishna. That is the motivation.
I cannot hear, Guruji.
All the motivation he got that he is trying to please Krishna. So for all of us also, that's what gives us the motivation. We want to please Krishna. You are able to hear, Mataji?
Yes. No, but the knowledge that you are a soul and the others are also eternal, they are not dying. So that knowledge made him understand about Krishna himself and the others as the eternal souls.
Yes.
So after this knowledge, like how did he I mean, it was such a transformation in him that he was able to take all the lessons immediately and surrender himself to Krishna.
That is correct, because he decided to please Krishna. He has to take a decision there whether he wants to please Krishna or not. That is the thing. So when you get the complete knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, he understood that Krishna is the Supreme Lord, and he said that I will fight, I will act as per your instructions. Karishe vachanam tava. That's it. We should also do the same thing only. That's what we are also trying to do. We are also acting as per Krishna's instructions.
Yes, Guruji. But why does it take for us so long to make this, realize this knowledge? Why does it take for us so long that we have to take births over lives again and again till we get that realization?
It's because of our mind, because of our attachment. So here we need to get this knowledge fully and understand. There Arjuna was just in front of Krishna, and Krishna was teaching him, and he was his best friend, and he was with Krishna for so long, right from birth, all the time with Krishna. So that way Arjuna could immediately act. So for us, any neophyte person, to get this knowledge, first of all, he needs to understand Krishna, to develop faith on Krishna, and then follow what Krishna says. It all takes time. On day one itself, for example, when I started Bhagavad Gita, I was not even knowing anything about Krishna. When I started exactly 30 years ago, anything means I know that Krishna is the God, like that there are many gods, so that much only you know. So I didn't understand or realize everything that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. But once you keep studying Bhagavad Gita, you understand it clearly. So that's the thing. He understood everything because Krishna is always with him.
Yes, Guruji. Yes. So we just need to study again and again and understand the true Bhagavad Gita.
Exactly. That is the main point. Study again and again and understand exactly what Krishna is saying. Each and every sloka, each and every word. So that we need to know. And simply just follow what Krishna says. There is no need for any interpretation at all. Direct. Krishna is talking with us directly. That's it.
Yes, Guruji. So our soul, which is eternal, is so pure actually, since it is Krishna is claiming that you are eternal, the soul is eternal, and you are not the body, you are the soul. So Krishna is actually telling us that this soul that we are is so pure consciousness. But because we are in the material world, we have been maligned.
That is correct. Because we are ignorant. That is the main thing. We should have the knowledge first. Yes.
Thank you, Guruji. Very nice to keep reminding ourselves of this relationship that we share with Krishna. Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Asha Singh Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Guruji, for wonderful class. Actually, I am joining late.
No problem, Mataji. Yeah, you can watch the YouTube also later. Yes.
Every day we are advancing towards Krishna conscious, Guruji.
Exactly, Mataji. Exactly. Yeah.
Every minute I am thinking, how can I become Krishna conscious more?
we will serve Krishna by identifying more devotees, Mataji. So that's what we will plan, like Chitrita Mataji, yourself, and Roma Mataji also.
Okay.
And like that, there are more devotees in Delhi. We will figure it out. We will first think how we are gaining a lot of experience in Bangalore with the devotees. So then we can use that experience to here in Delhi also at some point of time.
Yes,
in fact, I wanted to inform earlier itself in the beginning with everyone was there. But in September, I'm planning to visit India. It's a long time there. It's almost another 5 months is there. But if any devotee wants to come to Bangalore. So we are thinking of organizing a grand meet in Bangalore, and also we will advertise in Bangalore so that one day Bhagavad Gita can be taught to everyone who can come and join. So any devotee wants to plan for that, if we are able to come, it's very nice. We can
Okay,
plan.
Guru.
Yes.
Yes, Guru.
September 18th, that's what I'm thinking tentatively.
Very
on
good,
Sunday.
Guru.
Yes,
It's very
Mataji.
good. Yeah. Thank you, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Sunil Srivas Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah, Guruji. From 1 week, my Zoom setting was disturbed, so
Yes.
unmute problem was there.
Yes, you told earlier. Yes, Prabhu. You mentioned earlier.
Hare Krishna. Yes.
Nice talking with you today.
Dandavat Pranam, Guruji. Hare.
Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Prabhuji, I thank Brinda Jaising Mataji for this wonderful question that how does Arjuna's viewpoint changed by the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita? So what I am understanding, so I learned 3 points that how Arjuna changed his knowledge and how he implemented it. So it's a very good question which probably you and everyone else who should contemplate so that everyone others can understand it. So the 3 points that I understood is, number 1 is that Arjuna understood that all his relatives, everyone who is fighting over there, they are not bodies, they are souls. And that's number 1. And he cannot do anything for them because everyone is being taken care by Krishna, whether he tries to protect them, not protect them, kill them, and all those things. It's nothing being done actually by Arjuna. It is all being done by Krishna. Then number 2 is that we have to do our duties, prescribed duties, not that we have to think and just get engaged into everyday life, because we are not the doer here. The doer is actually the 3 modes of nature. So everything happens by Krishna's control through the 3 modes of nature, and we should not unnecessarily control. Same way, Arjuna also did not try to control. He just shot arrows because as per Krishna's directions. So that is the second thing. And the third thing is that we have to surrender to Krishna and work on Krishna's wills rather than work on our wills. So that is what Arjuna did as well, and after understanding Bhagavad Gita. So Prabhuji, is that understanding correct?
That is correct, Prabhu, but I think Brinda Jaising Mataji's question is that how Arjuna was able to immediately implement. We are struggling, correct? That was her question. So immediately Arjuna started fighting as soon as he understood the entire Bhagavad Gita. Whereas for us, why it's taking so much of time? So that is the main question. So that's why I was trying to answer. But whatever the points you said is correct. That is applicable to even all of us also. When we understand it, when we develop that faith, Arjuna had a lot of faith on Krishna. He already surrendered unto Krishna fully in the beginning itself. Sisyasteyagam sadimam tvam prapanam. That's why.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Sumati Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Thank you for the class. Guruji, at the beginning, one question is, at the beginning, how does the soul get impure? Right at the beginning, when we start the cycle of births.
This question has been asked already many times.
Many times, yeah,
Yes.
I know.
But because unfortunately we don't have answer in Bhagavad Gita for that, how it all started, but it started. We know that we are here. So that's why I always, if you remember, gave that example of when the house is under fire, there is no point in trying to find out the answer. No, not even contemplating. The answer of how fire started at that point of time is not going to help us. So, because when it is under big fire, full fire, we need to escape. That is the first thing, right?
Yes.
So afterwards, we can really try to find out what is the reason and all those things. So we are in that situation now. So I understand your question very well. Many devotees also ask this kind of question, but how it started, we don't know. But one thing we know, that we are having that ahankara. Because of that, we are here. But originally, where we were, how it started, definitely if we are there in Goloka, it's all open to contemplation. Since there is no direct answer given by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, so let us not even worry about that question. That's my point.
Okay.
We know that we are in the fire. We need to escape. We are in the wrong place. We need to escape. That we know that. And once we go there to Krishna, we can really find it out how it's shot. But going back in time itself, that itself, we don't know. There is unlimited number of births we have already taken. It's very difficult to go and trace it.
Yeah, and each birth should actually bring us closer
Exactly.
to Krishna, but it happens in it can happen for some, and it can go in the reverse direction also for some.
Yes.
And okay.
In fact, instead of asking, they're putting your question in that way, how in the beginning it started, how it started in the last life. So we know that last life we didn't remember Krishna at the time of death, that's why we are here. So how it's going to affect in the next life? If we don't remember Krishna at the time of death in this life, we are going to again come back. That we know that.
Okay.
You understand that, Mataji?
Yes, Guruji, yes. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you for the class.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Ram. Hare Krishna. Gayatri Shivakumar Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for the wonderful class.
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Very nice class. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Suresh Tabi Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. It was very nice class, Guruji. Yes. And especially like you said that if the temperature freezes, like there will be no life, and then if you cannot bear more than 105 degrees Fahrenheit, even if the temperature goes up, like the proteins get that was a knowledge for me. It was never known to be like what happens, why this. So physically also, like we are getting a lot of good knowledge out of this, because nobody speaks about this.
Yes,
it is very important, Guruji. Very important. Yeah, nobody talks about this. Nobody knows, and even the doctors today do not have any time to talk to such things.
Yes.
Very nice, Guruji. Very nice. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Ram. Ram Ram. Hare.
Munmun Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Guruji, for another wonderful class, Guruji. I'm just listening question and answer. So thank you so much, Guruji. I don't have any question. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Mahendra Shukla Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. नो क्वेश्चन गुरुजी, आपका आशीर्वाद मेरे मिलता है. धन्यवाद. हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna. Palaniappan Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Actually, the soul is divine and it is spiritual also. But at the same time, see, body requires food for existence. Our body requires food for existence. Whereas soul requires what?
Soul requires knowledge. So that's what this Bhagavad Gita knowledge is, the food for the soul. Like every meal we are eating for the body, so like that we need to study Bhagavad Gita. So knowledge is the food for the soul.
That means whoever in the material world, their soul really in what stage, really?
If they are not having the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, it is starving.
Yeah, that it will be starving. Am I right?
Starving and suffering. So knowledge brings happiness. That's why Sat Chit Ananda. Sat means soul is eternal. Chit means full of knowledge. Ananda means full of bliss. When we have knowledge, we will be blissful. Ignorance is blissful is a very wrong saying. Ignorance is dangerous. Knowledge is only blissful.
Thank you. Thank you, Guru. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Hare Krishna. Shashireka Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Guruji, first of all, nicely completed Ekadashi, water fasting Gatam. Thanks to Krishna. I have been able to do it now for, I think, 6th or 7th consecutive Ekadashi this year. Yeah, thanks to him. And that was, I always feel so blessed that I'm able to follow it, because I'm always afraid that I'll be, tempted to break it. I'm not. So, one has to keep oneself in Krishna consciousness to be able to continue with that. Yeah. Thank you so much, Guruji, for that. And then the second thing that I wanted to share with you was that I had gone to this Hanuman temple, this very well-known Hanuman temple in Banaswadi, and they had done this Butter Alankaram and they had the Vadamala Seva.
Yes.
Beautiful. And of course, I also managed to distribute something between 30 and 40 pamphlets there. There was a very big crowd, but I was standing outside the temple after I finished my darshan. And there were a couple of people who also engaged in a conversation saying, this is a very nice thing. I'm not sure whether they will join, but they said, this is good. Everybody should get this knowledge. There are a couple of people who said that also. So which is very good. Yeah, whatever comes of it, at least from our side. And the result is, like we always say, no attachment result, left to Krishna. We tried our best. Yeah. So that was a very useful, useful exercise for Ekadashi. That's what I thought. At least I was able to serve Krishna. Yeah. So I was so happy.
I think slowly we will become experts. Krishna will make us experts in
but nobody refused to take it. That is what I was surprised, because last time the Chandrakanta Mataji had also mentioned that when they had gone to that temple, that people had refused to take it. Some people, but here everybody, I mean, they accepted it. No one said anything, and no, I didn't see them, put it into the dustbin or anything like that. They all carried it in their hands, tried to read it. Some of them tried to read it also. So that was one very nice thing. And I felt really happy that on Ekadashi I was able to do that. And because this Hanuman temple also has a Kodanda Rama there. So it has Hanuman and it has Kodanda Rama. So it's really, really very nice. Very old, ancient temple, Guruji, but very nice. Yeah. I also wanted to say thanks to Vrinda Jaising Mataji for raising that very nice question, and Ravindra Prabhu for explaining his understanding to us. We have benefited from that. But what I have understood, what I have learned, Guruji, in the Sri Vaishnava, this thing is that the reason Arjuna was able to absorb it quickly, immediately, was because he is actually not separate from Krishna in that sense that he is Naranarayana. We say Naranarayana form in every yuga. There is a Naranarayana form whenever Krishna has taken birth. Then there is a Nara also. So Arjuna was actually that, and he was by Maya, probably by Krishna's Maya. How it is explained is that by Krishna's Maya, his knowledge was not visible till then, and then he seemed to be in confusion. And also, sometimes it is also explained that it is Krishna's plan to give this knowledge to the whole world, and this was a situation by which he used. So this is another theory that is said, but Arjuna's immediate taking up of the knowledge, absorbing and implementing, is explained by the concept of Naranarayana. He was Nara and Narayana was Krishna. That is how it is explained.
That is correct, Mataji. And another thing, Arjuna didn't have any other choice also. Krishna told very clearly, if you don't listen to me, still you will be fighting. That's what Krishna told Arjuna.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, true.
Atachetvam ahankarat nasroshasi vinangshasi. So then, due to your thing, still by your prakriti swam niyokshasi. So because of ahankara, you are saying that you will not fight, but you will still fight because of your prakriti. So prakriti is so that way he is with Krishna all the time and he understood. So we cannot compare ourselves with Arjuna. Arjuna was
This which is why we cannot compare. Also, is what was explained where I read or I heard that it said that because he was Nara himself, Nara Narayana himself, they were actually two in one kind of a thing. So his situation and his knowledge and his enlightenment is very different from ours. So the only thing that we can compare with then is the situation, that what he was facing was a battle. We were all facing a battle every moment of our lives. That's all. So therefore, Bhagavad Gita knowledge is essential for us because we have to deal with that battle every day, in internal battle, external battle, all the time. So yeah, Guruji, that is how it was explained. So that, yeah, I'm very grateful to you, Guruji, for keeping us in Krishna consciousness. And what Sumati Mataji asked, and like you said, has been asked all the time. But I was just thinking, Guruji, this is how I thought. I don't know whether I'm right. You always say that, yes, we can probably go and find out when we go to Goloka. But I feel that then remember to ask, because we are looking at all his splendor. Then where is we will not even want to know anything more than looking at his splendor.
We will automatically know. We don't even have to ask, we will know. We will know
so there won't be any need for any of these questions. We'll be happy just looking at his splendor, his opulence and all his beauty, and and trying to do more and more seva for him. That's all. Then I don't think there will be any need for any of these questions if we ever happen to go to Goloka. But yes, like you said,
we are going. No doubt.
Yeah, Guruji.
It is not, there is no if. Yes,
it's only when. It's only when.
When,
not
yes,
no if.
only
Yes,
when.
yes.
Yeah,
But I think you explained very nicely, Guruji, that we must think of only the past janma and because of which we have come here, and how to set right from now on at least.
So that we don't come back again.
Yes, so that we don't come back again. That I think was a beautiful answer. That is the essence. That is what we must remember. Thank you so much, Guruji, for keeping us on in Krishna consciousness all the time and keeping us in track. Thank you. And I thank all the devotees who contribute to this in terms of knowledge and in terms of questions, and you give answers and they explain their understanding. Thank you, Guruji. Extremely indebted to you. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Guruji, for the wonderful class and also the insightful discussion by Shashi Rekha Mataji, Ravin Prabhu, and Vrinda Jaising Mata, and also the question asked by Sumati Mataji. Without these discussions, I think we have such small questions in our mind, but we are not able to put forward those in those terms. So all the answers that you're giving at the discussions that are happening, it's really helping us, Guruji, to increase our knowledge in Bhagavad Gita and helping us to progress forward. Thank you so much, Guruji, once again. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Venkatanagarjun Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Guruji, for today's class. Today also wonderful session, Guruji. God mercy. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Chandrakanta Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Today's session is very interesting, Guruji. I was getting a doubt during the discussion that again and again I get like Arjuna decided to not to fight. That is using his free will. Then later on he said fight. There's a thin line. He used his free will not to fight. Then he fight. That is so. Same thing will happen if also Guru decide not to do, and some will have whatever, even wrong doing also Krishna's Leela. Only will be telling how to differentiate. That is my this thing, Guruji. For good thing, it's fine. For not doing any seva for him or not doing, getting up early in the morning, whatever it is, we'll say this is Krishna's Leela only. Krishna, this all Krishna's work. Why should I worry like that? That I'm not using the free will. How to use the free will or misusing the free will? How to understand that? Whether
everything knowledge. Knowledge is the key. So when you have this complete knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, you will develop that love, complete love on Krishna. That's it. When we love Krishna, you will automatically do. Yeah, like at home, if we, for example, mother loves the child so much, so mother takes care of the child like anything, correct? All the time thinking what is the need like. So like that here, we need to, when we love Krishna so much, so our only goal is only to please him. That's what. If our life becomes like that, then automatically it will happen, Mother. There is no need to force. Nobody need to force or tell us what to do. That should come naturally. It will come, Mother. That is going to happen.
I did not see about using the logical mind.
No, that comes naturally with the knowledge. We love Krishna so much, then automatically you are attracted to him. You want to serve him because you love him. That's it.
Okay, Guruji. Okay, Guruji. No need to think. Actually, that's what nowadays I'm feeling. There is no need to ask question. No need to think. Every day it's like
only knowledge. With knowledge, we'll develop that love. With knowledge of we need to know everything about Krishna. We are knowing a lot of all nonsense things in this world. We need to forget. We need to know everything about Krishna.
Yes, Guruji. Whatever we know about Krishna is all wrong information we knew. Especially I know wrong information about him. So if we know, then it will automatically get into the flow. No need to ask questions. No, because internally something will be coming up. Okay, Guruji. Now I understood, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji, for putting us in Krishna consciousness every day. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna to everyone. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Ram Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Thank you very much, Guruji. But unfortunately I couldn't listen the lectures, Guruji, as well as I'm still in the other meeting, Guruji. I'm hopping in between. But one thing, Guruji, the question and answers exactly answers what I am looking for, Guruji. First thing, whatever experience Chandrakanta Majaji is going through, exactly ditto, it happens to me. If I want to ask something, she asks. If I want to eat something, right, she is cooking as a prasadam over there. I've been observing this for quite some time, Guruji. And if she is angry with his brother, then I am angry with my brother also, Guruji. So when she scolded his brother, all happened. So I told my wife, hey, this has been happening. Then my wife, she said, oh, maybe the horoscope, the zodiac signs are same. She was telling. Even one thing, Guruji, after a very long time, I thought of picking up swimming, Guruji, because I'm a good swimmer. I used to go and swim 2-3 hours on the sea. So I thought of swimming. Then she the other day saying she's going for a swimming lesson. She feels tired. I was astonished. That's the time I went to my wife and said, she took all my swimming trunk, and I was supposed to go after the gap of 2 years. And today also, Guruji, I was wondering what to ask. Then I couldn't listen. I couldn't chant with you, Guruji. That was usually I try to do that, but at the time I was engaged in another spat with the other guy, one of the customers. So I raised my voice and anger, saying that it has been pending. What are you doing and all? Then after that, I cooled down. Exactly, Brinda Jesimanaji asked this question. Okay, then I heard answer. We are ignorant. You can see, Guruji, how Krishna is play. I scolded the guy. I thought I am doing everything. I am the project manager. I know I am controlling. Then what I heard from you is we are ignorant, Guruji. That clearly you answered me. I'm an ignorant guy. Okay, I'm supposed to listen. That's what you told me Sunday. But I'm not listening. You told me listen, period. I'm not listening, and I don't put the period. Still, I'm an ignorant guy, Guruji. So you already answered. Things comes in a sporadic manner, but I only receive good things. Whatever it comes to it's only a good things. I don't hear any of the nonsense, Guruji. As long as I tune myself to Lord Krishna and listen, period, life is taken care, Guruji. That's what you mentioned. Sasi Mataji also mentioned about the Hanuman temple. Hanuman is another great stimulant, Guruji. He's a catalyst, Guruji. So as long as we worship Hanuman, he naturally takes us to Rama and Krishna, Guruji. That also I've experienced, and as she rightly did, Anything we start in Hanuman temple, it will be a Jayam, Guruji. It's a confirmed victory. 100% I've experienced it, Guruji. And Lord Hanumanji is also propelling us. Thank you very much, Guruji. And I want to end up with this lighter note. We have a FM called Gold FM in Singapore. They play the old melodies of the country ballads, boniums and all, Guruji. That is a tagline. The advertisement comes in such a way. So one father sent the son to a tennis class. The fellow misses everything very badly, and the coach was started scolding his father. Your son will never become a good player. So all these things are masked. The father listen. Oh, son will become a best player, something like that, Guruji. So all the bad things are masked. That means the Gold FM prompts up saying that you only listen good things. Though someone scold me, Ram, you're a stupid. I only Ram, that's it. The stupid, I don't listen. It has been masked, something like that, Guruji. So, some word plays are there. You write a letter, you mask something. There is a letter written to complaint about an employee or a subordinate not working well. But if you mask certain words, it turned out to be a compliment for the employee, Guruji. Something similar Krishna is doing in my life. I am trying to do all these abominable activities and not sleeping well. Yesterday, I slept around 3:30 a.m. Guruji. I'm trying my level best to get away from Krishna consciousness, Guruji. I'm doing all the mockery things, but your class and the team, they put me on the love, as you mentioned, Guruji. The moment I love Krishna, listen to him, period, Guruji, nowhere I can go out. As you rightly mentioned, there is no if. We are definitely going to Goloka, Guruji. I am a very solid example, Guruji. I am trying my level best to get out, but there is no way because the love is there which binds, and I am with you, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji. Happy to remain as a dust at your feet. Hare Krishna to all, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I will listen through online, Guruji. I missed Sumati Umapati's question, Madam's question, and as well as Ravin Prabhu's explanation, Guruji. I will listen online, Guruji. And our Suresh Prabhu also missing for some time, Guruji. Your Dr. Suresh from Pakistan.
He
In
attends
Canada
during
now.
the class, but at the end he will not be there sometimes.
Okay, Guruji. Okay, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna to all. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Adiraman Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna to all the devotees. Thank you for the good class, Guruji. Understanding all the sloka. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you. Thank you for the class, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Manoranjan Sagu Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu. Let's listen to Srila Prabhupada's Kirtan and then with him again later. Hare Krishna, Manoranjan Sagu.
Actually, I am on the way to college. Generally, noise sound is coming. Okay, but wonderful class. Ram Prabhu and Mataji and all devotees are sincere in asking questions to have this transcendental knowledge. Really, it's a great pleasure for me. It's a very enlightening task. It is to try our best to devote ourselves, not by saying this much not enough for us. Really, I am very grateful and indebted to you because you try your best to inculcate, to imbibe spiritual knowledge. This knowledge is very final, ultimate. The other knowledges, rest of the knowledges are is temporary. This is eternal and transcendental and complete knowledge. Perfection knowledge can be attained through all the students and all walks of life. And should be recommended by the government to follow and adopt this course. Gita is a way of life. It's not like religion. It's a way of life. It's essential how to lead a better life, worthwhile life, meaningful life, blissful life. How to attain that? It is in Gita. So yeah, I'm very grateful, Guruji, and it is a very sacred document. And even if Lord Shiva also explained this. I could not know that. So many things are there. So Gita has so important significance. We have to read, know why Gita should be. These are the questions very important. By all slokas is important and worthwhile, as well as the scriptural references, allusions is very important. And even Prabhupada a great service. You could understand the importance of Gita. The whole world will be filled up by the maladies of the world, modern world, how we are be away from the three modes of nature, and that Gita has advocated. So thank you, Guruji. Wonderful session, and I am very, very indebted to you. Hare Krishna. I offer my obeisance to you and to your Spirit. I will try my best to more and more spread the message of Gita and to inculcate the people and the importance of Gita. Thank you, Guruji. Pranam, Guruji. Shapata Naman
Ram Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah, Guruji, I observed an interesting phenomena. You were waiting for Manoranjan Sahu Prabhu. Then he came with the horn as if the Lord Perumal, Namperumal is coming out of Srirangam, Guruji. He's a great person, Guruji. Very, he's dwelling. I think when I was lamenting, my father passed at the age of 86. He said he passed when his father passed away at the tender age, Guruji. He was about 2 years, 3 years he last. So, Lord Krishna plays this, saying that. So how stupid, how ignorant I am. My father lived with me happily and he passed at the ripened age of 86 in Srirangam. But still I was lamenting. I was ignorant. I was a stupid. Then Manoranjan Sahu Prabhu came as a messiah through you. And today also when you expected him to talk, we were all eagerly waiting. Then the horn sound has happened, as if Lord Namperumal comes out of the Srirangam. In my view, he is Ranganathan Guruji. I think when he ordained, he should have a name of Ranganathan Das, like you have a Bala Govinda Das. So he must be a Ranganathan Das Guruji. Thank you very much, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Blessed weekend. It will be a short weekend, Guruji. We have Good Friday holidays coming. And thank you very much, Guruji. I will review all your lessons and try to catch up, Guruji. Hare Krishna to all. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.